Assalamu alaikum my dear students, hope that you are fit and fine. So let's move to our next topic, that is essay writing. We have done comprehensions, we know how to comprehend text. We have done compositions, we very well know that how to write a composition. We know that the shorter paragraphs are a part of a great sentences. We should use our point of view, our focuses, topics and many of the things. Then it means that we are able to write an essay now. So time for essays. From your very first class, like from the prep grade or even sometimes from the first grade, you are able to write an essay on yourself, like myself, my mother, my father. But those essays are very short. Those are too short according to demand of your age level. But no doubt that you are able to make more sentences by using more and more vocabulary words. So why don't we be behind and not able to write an essay? We are. We can enhance our ability of writing an essay. So let's move to the essay. The first very important thing is that what is an essay? Essay is a short piece of writing, usually presents the writer's views on a particular subject. It means that there must be a subject for us. That is our introduction. These are the four main important points as given on your books also on page number 248. And we can easily see that the first thing is your topic, that is the introduction of that particular topic, that particular subject. So it means that what is an essay? Introduction is, it's your subject, that what topic has been chosen by you, whether it is a football, whether it is your autobiography, whether it is your classroom, or you have selected any of the topic, my favorite garden, my favorite building, the book that I read the most, a rainy day, or any of the topic is your introduction, is your subject. And what we should do in this part of this piece of writing, we should give in a 2 or 3 lines a particular subject, means an introduction, a very short introduction of it, by using some briefly sentences, some brief sentences, like do not write it is a book, it is blue in color. No, you are not describing anything. You are writing an essay. For that purpose, you need an introduction of it. For example, if I choose a topic of on your book pages 248, there has been given a topic of my dream job. So the topic has been started with my dream job is to become a travel photographer and go around the world taking pictures of people and places. Means you are elaborating the purpose of being selected as a photographer. Means you want to be a photographer. So why? What is the purpose behind it? What is the reason? You have to give some causes of it, like what a photographer is doing. So the next lines are, it would be best if I could work as a photo reporter with a news magazine and volunteer to go out for assignments where others would hesitate. So that's gonna be your introduction. That's your way of telling something in a brief way. The next is the paras, that is the paragraphs. What do we need in the paragraphs? Exactly, it is just like the letter writing's body, that you have to give as many introductions, as many reports of the particular topic as you know. So we can say that this is the detail of the body of your essay. So the next is the evidence. I like giving evidences in many of the things, like I usually give evidences in my answers also, and I usually give evidences in my essays also. Why? Because evidences show that we know exactly about the reality of this thing. We are not just reading from somewhere, and we are not putting our efforts by using our just point of view. we are just evidences tells that we know exactly about the reality of this thing. For example, we say that the earth revolves around the sun. It is the reality. It is an evidence that I know this reality of life. After giving this evidence, I will be able to conclude that why and how sun is the main source of energy for us and how it is giving us a light. Got my point? So the next paragraph on page number 248 will be your paras, like I will devote all my time to my job. This is your idea of writing something, but take out some time to explore these places as well. I love making friends and I am sure that I will leave friends behind me wherever I go. It means that you are putting your aim in a briefly discussion by putting some body and the details of the paragraphs, that what you are going to do. So the evidences will be experiences with new people in new places will open my mind. That's the reality. If we practice more and more, definitely we can go far from other people, like we can more successful. And while I am at it, I will learn to cook some typical dishes of the places I visit. That's another very reality of the life. So we can say that evidences are reality based. Means you should know that evidences are the sustenance of the information given in the paragraphs. Means we are following them one after the other. If we have given a subject to an essay, the details will prove that what does this essay mean, what we are talking about. Same is the case with the evidences, that when we give any of the evidence, we are explaining the reality of the body and the detail, that if I want to do this, what will be the consequences of this. We are gradually going afterwards. So the next important point is the conclusion. The conclusion is the logical end, that you have to take out one moral lesson of your essay. That's the plan. That is, look at the last paragraph of your example on page number 248. My parents want me to become a successful engineer, or they want me to join the military service. I do know if it is a good idea or not. I do so want to become a travel photographer. Can joining the military or becoming an engineer help in my pursuit? That's the conclusion. He has given a counter question. He has given us a logical ending. Means that he is asking us, from all of us, even should we know the answer, that's the counter question. In this counter question, he has given us a well detailed answer of his question, that if he wants to be a travel engineer, travel photographer, then what he would going to find out from the other professions. He has given a well detailed consequences of being a photographer. So why don't we give him answer that he should become a photographer? So it's a logical ending. Got my all the points, I know very well. So let's move to the example. Before moving to our exercises, I have selected a very special topic for you. Yes, that's the topic of the mom. I want to write an essay on a mother. Everybody has his or her mother at home. Mother is really a blessing of Allah the Almighty. We should be thankful to our God that He has given us a blessing of mother. That's the greatest reality. So we are able to write so many things by using these images. We will be able to write many of the points about the mother. The first main important point is your subject, is your topic. If after choosing the mom's essay, mother's essay, what should be the first topic? Try to start it with the phrase like every home has a mom or a mother. What will be the next point? The next most important point is the phrase. The phrase is kind of collection of the words that gives us something very logical in a single sentence. Like I have chosen for the mother's point of view that without mother, the home is like a graveyard. Exactly, that's true. No house is without mother. There is nothing great without mother. So why don't we tell in a single phrase that without mother, the home is like a graveyard. Let's move to the next. Mother loves us. My mother loves me. That's true. Every mother loves us. So why don't we write my mother loves me? She takes care of me. Takes care of me. Then what else she do? She does comforts. Comforts. She comforts us. Comforts me. And moreover, she looks after not only her children, even she looks after everyone at home. Looks after everyone. The next most important point is she cooks delicious food. Cooks delicious food. Yes, she cooks delicious food. What else she does? Always understands me. Exactly. She is the only personality who can read the faces of the children. So, always understands. The next point. Wow, I have got so many points. What about you? Example of love, affection, and sacrifice. So I can write she is an example of love and sacrifice. What does she sacrifice in her life? She sacrifices her sleep. She sacrifices her comforts. She sacrifices so many emotions, so many things in her life. That is why she is mother. Let's see some more examples. In these pictures, you can easily observe that what is she doing with her children. She makes me happy while hurt. Yes, another most important point. When I hurt, she comforts. The more things helps me in studies. Yes, she is a good teacher also. Helps me in studies. The next point is helps me to make food. When we are too excited to make something special for the guest or for the grandparents or for the father, or we want to give a surprise to our sibling, mother is always there to help us. So she helps me in cooking. Yes, I always follow my mother's recipe. The next is, hence she is my pillar and reason to live. That would be the conclusion, the ending. It means that hence she is my pillar and a reason to live. Reason to live. So let's divide them into the 4 categories, that how we can make a proper essay. Let's see. Number 1, every home has a mom. What is it according to you? That's your introduction. Exactly, it's an introduction. Every home has a mother. Phrase is also a part of introduction. Without a mother, the home is like a graveyard. Next, loves me. takes care of me, comforts me, all will be the part of your paras. Means these are all your paragraphs. These will be counted in paragraphs. Like you will write, she loves me, she takes care of me, she comforts me. Then she looks after everybody at home. And how you can give an evidence, she cooks delicious food. She always understands me. She is an example of love and sacrifice. That's your evidences. The next most important point is when I hurt, she comforts. It's a reality. It's your evidences. You can count them in the evidences that when you are hurt, your mother is there to comfort you. Nobody else come to you first. Then helps me in studies. She always helps me in studies. Helps me in cooking. It's also your evidence. And what will be the conclusion of the essay? It will be, hence she is my pillar and a reason to live. That's your conclusion. You can make more conclusions accordingly. Like you can add more words about a mother's importance, that why mother is important. This was your example of writing an essay on mother. You can make these points first, and after writing and after making a points about the mother or any of the topic, even it is a ball, you can write the importance of the balls accordingly by using some adjectives. Don't forget to use some adjectives properly, because adjectives are those points that can describe the quality of something or someone. So please try to add more and more adjectives and make a very good essay. So let's move to the exercise on page number 249. On this page you can see that there are many of the examples for the essay writing, but I have chosen one topic for you to help you out. It's number 3 question. Write an essay on your neighborhood describing its good and bad points. So how you are going to elaborate them? I have chosen the 2 neighbors for you. If you are demanded to write one good and one bad habit, so always if someone is very good, then how he can be very bad. So let's see that how I have chosen for you. I have selected the 2 neighborhood for you. One is Mr. Abid and other is Mr. Uzair. So how we are going to start it? Let's see. You will write, neighbors are blessing of Allah the Almighty. A good neighbor is always a great blessing. Mr. Abid is my neighbor on the left side of my house. He is a very good man. He is a young man of 30. He is married. He is a doctor. He has 5 children. He rises early. He prays 5 times a day. He helps poor and needy. He behaves good with everyone, whether he is a child or an older. He respects others, particularly old people. He is always a blessing for every neighborhood. So he is a blessing. I have talked about very good points about Mr. Abid. But the next paragraph will be concluded in this way. On the right side, there lived Mr. Uzair. Mr. Uzair is also a young man of 35. He is a trader. He is also married and he has 3 children. He lives in a joint family system. His children always make a noise. He threw garbage in front of others' gate. He fights when prohibited. He is a miser and a spendthrift also. He is a Muslim, but he is not a blessing at all. So we should pray from Allah the Almighty to give us a neighbor like Mr. Abid. And may Allah make Mr. Uzair a blessing for us. This was all done for you as a help. You can follow these examples and will be able to write your more essays very well. And I hope that this was a great lecture for you. You can now make more and more sentences, but be careful about practicing your sentence structure and your writing a sentence in a great way. Have a nice day. Take care. Allah Hafiz.